Okay, in the final FA Cup tie of the day, Chesterfield have beaten Salford City away from home 2-0 in a very thrilling, entertaining FA Cup tie. Salford had their opportunities as well. This was an end-to-end game, a very open game, a lot of chances for both sides. Chesterfield were more competent in front of goal. Both sides have a lot of players out with injury, so both sides put their full strength sides out that were available to them, which is, I think, something that the FA Cup and the League Cup in recent seasons sometimes there's a lot of squad rotation, weakened sides put out. Not in this case, and Chesterfield thoroughly deserved their win. Both goals are absolutely excellent. The first goal, I think, is much like Morley's goal for Rochdale, one of the goals of the round. Kellerman's goal in the second half, which seals the win from an impossible angle, has also got to be one of the best finishes of the round. Fully deserved win by Chesterfield. Salford, towards the end, they were running out of ideas. They were just constantly crossing it into the box, and Chesterfield were clearly dealing with that. But overall, a blood and thunder game. Some very feisty challenges went in both halves. There was no quarter given. It was a very open, entertaining match. Chesterfield are top of the National League for a reason, and Salford, they've had an up and down season, but they were unbeaten in 6 going into this game. So it was two teams on form, and you could see they were both teams in form with the way they were playing. Both sides were asking questions of each other's defences, and the goalkeepers had to be on their toes, pulling off save after save. This was a thrilling game. This was, I think, the best game of the weekend that I've seen so far. Of course, there's another tie between, Boreham Wood and St Albans tomorrow evening, which I'll be watching. But Mandeville's goal in 28 minutes. The only thing I can say about the Salford defence is they sit back, that half a yard back, and give him enough time and space to set himself for a snapshot. It is a snapshot because up until that point, it wasn't really a clear opening, and he just decides, I've got enough space, I'm going to put my laces through it, and I think that's a better goal than Morley's goal for Rochdale in the previous game. Absolute thunderbolt, in off the bar, smashes it in on 28 minutes. And that didn't really change the style of play that the game was having. Both sides were still hammer and tongs going at it, very open, end to end. A very unstructured game, if I can say so. High energy. Second half, Salford were having a lot. They were peppering the Chesterfield box with crosses, but they didn't try and think of another solution to. What about a long ball over? Use the pace of your forwards. They were just going for crosses all the time, and that became very predictable. That was the flaw in Salford's attack today. Was they didn't have a plan B when they were chasing the game. That has ultimately undone them with the fact the game was so open that a counter-attack could happen. And as the game wore on, Salford were becoming more desperate. Kellerman's goal, that's just a brilliant finish, let's be honest. With a very narrow angle to get it through the keeper from the position he's at. That is a hard skill to do, to get it through that gap, basically. That was on 86 minutes in front of the Chesterfield away fans. You couldn't ask for a better finish, really. And I think that was a deserved win for Chesterfield. There's a reason why they're the top of the National League and playing well and unbeaten, I think, in 12 games. And Salford have had an up and down season, but they were unbeaten in 6 going into this game. So the form played out with how the game was played. Salford City, you can tell, are a mid-table side in League 2. They're on a bit of a run in form. Could this spur them on to actually really focus on their league form now and aim for the playoffs? Chesterfield, while they are playing well in the National League. A lot of injuries. A couple of players did succumb to injury in this game. That's going to be a headache going forward, is their squad depth. They've got some big games coming up in the National League against clubs around them that are chasing them down. But Chesterfield have a great history in this competition, getting to the semi-finals in 1997 and having to go to a replay against Middlesbrough. So in their history, they've had, a good history in this competition. Literally 90 minutes away from making an FA Cup final when they were in the old Division 2, I believe. So the old third tier. Yeah, Chesterfield have a very good history in this competition. Hopefully, this cup run doesn't affect their league form. Salford, they can now focus on their League 2 campaign. They've been playing well of late. Again, injuries are starting to rack up. We are seeing more injuries this season, so with a more condensed schedule, with the World Cup next year and having to bundle all those international breaks in there. Um, Injuries are starting to have an impact for a whole load of clubs across the footballing pyramid. Uh, all told, I think there was about 17 players unavailable for selection for the two sides today. So that just tells you that squad depth is being tested at all levels. But Chesterfield fully deserved their win in a thoroughly entertaining game. There was action at both ends, multiple saves, multiple goal line scrambles. Had Salford had a free kick, Salford had multiple free kicks. If one of those chances goes in, it's a different game looking at it. It was different dynamic to the match, but Chesterfield fully deserved their win. They were more clinical in front of net. They took their opportunities and fully deserved to go into the hat for the third round. Who they draw could be very, very interesting. And of course, we've still got one FA Cup tie to play, and of course, any replays will be played in a week and a half's time. So again, there's still second round ties to be decided. But I'm very interested at the FA Cup draw coming up tomorrow evening and tomorrow night's match. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.